Hi guys, I'm going to walk you through some stuff to make today successful while I'm out at training. After you watch this video, you'll be able to get your handout from the substitute and complete that. So we are in Unit 15, Angle Relationships in Parallel Lines and Triangles. So let's take a look back at what we covered so we can be successful. The review words, and we were talking about this just yesterday. Vertex, that is the point where two sides intersect. So we have this side, it's side AB, and we have side AC. When you put them all together, it's going to be angle BAC. Sometimes they refer to it as BAC, sometimes they just refer to it as angle A. But nevertheless, the vertex is right here where the A is. That's where the point is, and that is your vertex. This is where you would find your degree measure. Acute angle is a measure that is less than 90 degrees, like this one. An obtuse angle is one that measures greater than 90 degrees and less than 180. We briefly talked about the measures of the angles of a triangle. So the measure of angle A, angle B, and angle C must equal 180 degrees. Then we talked about all the different angles that are made by cutting parallel lines by transversal. Here's a link to a video that you should also watch. You can pause this video to watch this one if you'd like. We know that 8 angles are created by the intersection of two parallel lines by a transversal. Corresponding alternate interior and alternate exterior angles are all congruent, and we said that that means the same. The word congruent means the same. Same side interior angles are supplementary. That means that those two angles need to add up to 180 degrees. And here's part of what you have in your notes. The transversal is this line here that cuts through these two parallel lines. Corresponding angles are angles that lie on the same side of the transversal in corresponding positions. Okay? Alternate interior angles, they lie on opposite sides of the transversal inside the parallel lines. And alternate exterior angles lie on opposite sides of the transversal. One's on this side, one's on this side, and they're on the exterior of the parallel lines. Okay, there's just another way of seeing that. And then here's our corresponding angle example. It says find the measure of angle 1 when the measure of angle 5 is 65 degrees. Since these are corresponding angles, the measure of this angle would be the same as 5, so it would be 65 degrees. There's another picture of alternate interior angles and a video if you'd like to watch, and also alternate exterior angles. Okay? Exterior angle example. So if you have angle, they want you to find the measure of angle 2. If we know that the measure of angle 7 is 125, and angle 2 is congruent to angle 7, because they are alternate exterior angles, we know the measure of angle 2 is going to be 125. It's going to be the same, because they are congruent. So now, we already did this, but we're going to go through it again. Name both pairs of alternate interior angles. Well, we know that 4 is one And if 4 is 1, 5. 4 and 5 go together. And 6 and 3 go together. Then it says name all pairs of corresponding angles. Okay, so they need to be on the same side of the transversal. So it's going to be a pair of these. So angle 2 has the same measure as angle 6. Angle 4 has the same measure as angle 8. And also the same on the opposite side. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 5, and angle 7 is congruent to angle 3. Now we're here to what we did on Monday. So let's go over this. Recap from Friday, which we already went through that, so I'm not going to go over this. We just did that in the video. Last 3 types of angles. We have supplementary angles. That means these 2 angles on a straight line, the sum of these 2 angles need to equal 180 degrees. Vertical angles, 2 angles whose sides form opposite rays. These are right across from each other, okay? These are vertical angles. They are the same. If this one is 120 degrees, this is 120 degrees. Same thing with right here. If this one was 60 degrees, this one here would be 60 degrees. Same side interior angles. These are angles that lie on the same side of the transversal between the parallel lines. And they are supplementary. So that means this angle plus this angle add up to 180 degrees. Supplementary angle example. Okay? Y plus 77 equals 180. Figure that on your own. You should have gotten, this one should be 103. Okay, now we're on to the second part. Sometimes they'll put this as an equation, so it's still the same. This angle plus this angle equal 180 degrees. So what you need to do is you need to put your equation 2x plus 3 plus x minus 6 equal 180 degrees. That is how you would set this up. And you would solve for x. Once you solve for x, you need to plug that in here, and then you'll get your degree for your angle. Here's some vertical angle practice that we did in class. And here's some same side exterior and interior angles examples. If we know this angle is 58 degrees, what does this one need to be? You would solve that by taking 180 minus 58. So now we know that z is 122. If z is 122, we know that x is 122 because the sum of these two equal 180. And these are alternate interior angles right here, so whatever z is, x would be the same. Now here's an example with some calculations that you can put down in your notes. I would highly recommend drawing this and writing this down. In this example, instead of saying angle W, they're saying angle VWZ. It's still the same thing. Just look at the center part, VWZ. So VWZ. They're telling us this angle is supplementary to YVW. because they are same side interior angles. So we know this angle plus this angle equals 180 degrees. So now we can rewrite that as 3x plus 6x equals 180. Combine like terms, get you 9x equals 180. Then we need to get x by itself, so we'll divide both sides by 9. And now we see that x is 20. 3 times 20 gives us 60 degrees. And if we do it up here, 6 times 20 gives us 120 degrees. And this angle, 120 plus 60 equals 180, so it works. Here's an example that we did today in class. I'll help you set it up, and then you need to solve it. So we would take 2x plus 43 plus 2x minus 3 equals 180. That is how you would set this up to solve. Let's see if I can put that on here. Okay, so you'll take 2x plus 43 plus 2x minus 3 equals 180. That's how you would set that up. Once you solve for x, you can plug it back in and get the degrees. Okay, that's the practice that we did yesterday. And there's the formative. AGE. AGE. They're wanting to know what is this angle when FHD is 30. Well, these are alternate exterior angles, so this would also be 30. AGH. They want to know what this angle is when CHF is 150. Well, if CHF is 150, this angle is corresponding to this angle. Remember? Corresponding angles? See? So therefore, it is 150. CHF, they want to know CHF when BGE is 110. These are alternate exterior angles, so this would be 110. And last, they want to know CHG when HGA is 120. Well, if this is 120, we know this needs to, 120 plus whatever this is needs to equal 180. So this would be 60. Then they want the measure of BGH. This one right here. So if this one's 60, we know this is 60. Alternate interior angles. And the last one is GHD. GHD. Okay, well, we know this is 60, so 180 minus 60 is 120, which that's what this one was, so that is also alternate interior angles. Now for the new material. This will help you do your homework, okay? Triangle sum theorem. We were going to do an experiment, but I'm in training, so we're just going to do the slideshow. We know that if you have a straight line, that the angles will need to be 180 degrees. This is what this means. This means that